Okay, Michael, I'd like you to do a intro.
So, that's not how I'm going to start this. Tonight's message is on Daniel chapter 3. There we go, I got one bite. Welcome. Tonight, Miss Britton is going to give you your devotion. It is on Daniel chapter 3. I hope you enjoy.
I cannot speak publicly on my own. You don't even know how hard this is for me. But God is with me. I have memorized a verse to remember that and to give me strength in any situation. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. This verse melts away all my fears and has gotten me through being homesick, loneliness, physical training for the army, and so many fears of the unknown. Sometimes I need to say it out loud. God is with me. I have been known to summarize things too much that you may even miss the point that I'm trying to get across. That is why I am not good at telling jokes, and also the reason why I need to read my notes. So Michael, please edit this so that I am smiling and looking at the camera. Thank you. At this time, some astrologers came forward and denounced the Jews. They said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. You have issued a decree, O king, that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music must fall down and worship the image of God, and that whoever does not fall down and worship will be thrown into a blazing furnace. But there are some Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who pay no attention to you, O king. They neither serve your gods nor worship the image of gold you have set up. Furious with rage, Nebuchadnezzar summoned Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So these men were brought before the king, and Nebuchadnezzar said to them, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the image of gold I have set up? Now when you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music, if you are ready to fall down and worship the image I made, very good. But if you do not worship it, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into a blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it, and he will rescue us from your hand, O king. But even if he does not, we want you to know, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar was furious with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and his attitude toward them changed. He ordered the furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual, and commanded some of the strongest soldiers in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and throw them into the blazing furnace. So these men, wearing their robes, trousers, turbans, and other clothes, were bound and thrown into the furnace. The king's command was so urgent, and the furnace was so hot, that the flames of the fire killed the soldiers who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, firmly tied, fell into the furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar leaped to his feet in amazement and asked his advisers, Weren't there 3 men that were tied up and thrown into the fire? They replied, Certainly, O king. He said, Look, I see 4 men walking into the fire, unbound, unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods. Nebuchadnezzar then approached the opening of the blazing furnace and shouted, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisers crowded around them. They saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair on their heads singed. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants. They trusted in him and defied the king's command, and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. Therefore I decree that the people of any nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be cut into pieces and their houses be turned into a pile of rubble. For no other God can save in this way. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. What an amazing story that God has given to us in the Bible for us to know God is always with us. We need to spend time talking with Him every day so that we can grow our relationships closer with Him, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And we should want everyone we meet to have a relationship with God. I'm so proud of you teens for volunteering your time at church and being excited to come here. I hope that spending time with God and coming to church will be your favorite thing to do all week. Please invite your neighbors, friends, cousins, people you meet to church also so that they can also have that same relationship with God.
And maybe it won't be so bad after all the stuff is awful. Thank you for recording it, by the way.
Just wait.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.